Oh, hey YouTube, it's G, the InventorGorilla. Now, I've asked this question before, but I'm going to ask it again, because I don't think I ever really got a definitive answer, except for, the whole fighting stupidity answer, which is stupid. But let me ask it again. Why is it that atheists, okay, no, I'm not generalizing, I'm not saying all, okay, I want to make that clear, not all atheists, but the majority of the outspoken atheists here on YouTube seem to have this mission to discredit, insult, disprove, or otherwise basically just be all around negative toward religion. I'm not talking about specifics, Christians or Jews or Muslims. I'm just saying in general about religion. There's a lot of hypocrisy that I see, a lot of, well, show me proof and evidence when there's no proof or evidence of abiogenesis. And for those of you people that are going to say that evolution and abiogenesis aren't the same thing, you're right, but one should explain the other. We should have been able to put it together by now. We should have been able to put abiogenesis together because we know the history of the world and its conditions and the elements, and I'm sure, and just about every laboratory searching has tried just about every single combination possible. And they still have not created a self-replicating life form without plugging in any existing DNA or RNA, without helping it in any way. Nobody has taken inorganic material and combined it in a way that makes it organic, makes it retain the information and reproduce itself. There's no proof of that. So, why is it that the atheists in which I'm speaking of are so adamant about, making fun of religious people, calling us stupid, calling us all kinds of names, and what's really the purpose? I mean, if you're gonna say, well, you just have a problem with stupidity and you don't like to see the spread of stupidity, well, let me tell you something. You don't have to be religious to be stupid. Okay? Take Billy. He's a moron. Okay? He's an atheist. Okay? The guy's an idiot. He's a regurgitator. He only talks about things that he's seen in other videos. It's pretty obvious. He doesn't really have any original thoughts. Take AldusValor. This guy really isn't that smart. Okay? He's really not. I mean, how do you know if he's really intelligent? Yeah, he's a prick, and he's good at hurting people's feelings. He's good at insulting people. Occasionally, he cracks a decent joke. Everybody does that every once in a while, right? I mean, so really what makes him so special, and really what defines him as intelligent? There are a lot of examples of people here on YouTube that are outspoken atheists, and they're really not that smart. Here's another great example. Angie the Anti-Theist. Major idiot. Okay? Major. So anyway, explain to me why it's so important for you guys to put us down and discredit us and argue this whole religious thing. Why are you arguing if you're so sure? You're so sure and you're so, absolutely positively sure that there's no God. Why do you feel the need to argue with believers? Okay? You're not going to convince people. You're not. All you're going to do is argue and insult people. And it's not going to change anything. And your number 2 answer is, well, because, the atheist people are victims of laws and things like that of that nature because of the right-wing religious imposing these laws like abortion and all these other things. Well, I say it's your fault because you guys haven't organized yourselves to do something about it. It's not my fault or my brother's fault or one of my sister's fault that you guys don't have the inspiration to group together to get petitions, to help get laws changed, to become an active part in what we call America. You don't have a representative, somebody speaking for you, unless that person is insulting religious people. And that never really works out. I mean, a good example is E-Purse. That guy is insulting. He's not the most outspoken atheist. He's one of the most insulting and degrading atheists. I mean, he actually insults people to where they get so frustrated, that they give up because they're frustrated by his over-talking. And you'll notice he changes the subject. What he does is he tricks people into thinking that his knowledge of the Bible means that he's right. He'll ask a question based on knowledge of the Bible and then infer, because he knows the answer, that he's right about religion. Just because you know the Bible doesn't mean that you are right, that there is no God. And that's what he runs on. And I think he's an idiot too. And only really stupid people associate themselves with him. Most of the smarter atheists, they don't get within 10 feet of him because he makes the whole community look bad. And I've been told that by many people. It's no big secret. So again, I want to know, I'm really curious. I mean, these are the things that I think about in bed. Why are they so adamant about arguing this? I mean, what harm does it really, it's not really causing that much harm. The average person in America that goes to church and believes in God isn't doing any damage to society. If you're going to argue fundamentalism, that's a different story. Because you don't have to be religious to be a fundamentalist. Now, I know what you're saying. That doesn't make sense. But you get the gist of my message. You don't have to be, a religious extremist to be a whack job. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the guys, like the Columbine kids, they weren't religious. They didn't do this for any religious reasons. They were just crazy. And they went on a killing spree. But I bet you if it had come out that they were devout Christians, the atheist community would have said, see, look, which really isn't fair. I think crazy people are crazy, and the fact that they're religious or not really has no bearing on their insanity. because here's a good example. I'm just as crazy now as I was before I was a believer. The difference now is that I know I'm crazy, I admit that I have issues, and I'm actually doing something about them. I'm not in denial anymore about my issues, but I'm just curious. Let me know why you think it's so important to insult and put people down and have this debate. Okay? I want to know. And I'll tell you why religious people do it. Religious people do it because our point of view is it's good news. It's something that's supposed to be good news. And so we share the good news. I mean, gospel means the good news. So, and that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to share the good news. That's it. We share it, and if you like it, cool. If not, we shake the dust off our feet and we walk the other way. I mean, that's pretty much how we roll. But you guys, it's a little bit different. You guys will continue to insult and harass and blah, 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 and, and it's just, what's really the purpose? What's the purpose behind it? What is it really? What are you hoping to accomplish? In reality, in real terms. Because you're not going to get rid of the 2+ billion Christians out there. What, in realistic terms, what's really the goal? IG out.